Hi, welcome to my show. Today we're gonna uncover Little Petra and those who made it. It's absolutely not the Nabateens' work or the Edomites who came after, but the first Horites, that is a race of giants of the Bible. You can call them the cave dwellers, and they were Semites, consequently distinguished from the tall race of Rephaim. But Petra was probably made by the first Horites as their first peak of civilization. Therefore, I will do an old podcast on SoundCloud about the Horites and their origins, but look at this ancient tree stump from an ancient times, perhaps. And this is an observatory that looks like or different kind of structure in top of the mountain. We are in the land of the Horites, in Mount Seir, and this is the rock formation you can see. You are going to see a possible entrance or another cave that is used now actually. The cave dwellers. You can see they had some technology in a manner to cut the rocks like this. Absolutely not the Nabateens. Much more ancient by this old race. Look at the stairs cut into the mountain and the little cave. There you can use your imagination. You can maybe see a skull, some other faces. I found it interesting to share that with you. Very beautiful scenery and rock formation. That was very special. I felt very lucky to be here. Salam. I was very happy to be here. Like you can hear, I just said salam to the people of Jordan. I was very excited to see that. Look, there is an ancient megalith cave with some tool marks, and this rock formation that I found very lovely, make me think of a monkey. And you can see the tool marks if you look closely, and those tool marks are similar to some old giants made up stone cutting, like in Jerusalem. There you can see some other spirit formation that I found interesting. The stone formation in Little Petra and Petra gives amazing shots. That's safe to say. You could already see the temple, first temple, but I want you to pay attention to those beautiful formation of rocks. Look at the face on the top of the mountain. It's absolutely amazing. You see whatever you like, but the nature in Little Petra was just amazing. Little trees there, and the nature. If you pay attention, the site is full of tool marks of those ancient tool marks technology. as I was filming around, I ended up to this. The stairs, if you saw the stairs, and the inside of it, which is remarkable. The melting, sometimes, are proof of an ancient cataclysm. If you pay attention to the tool marks, I'm actually touching them, feeling them. But those tool marks are absolutely amazing. This is from inside the temple. You can see the doors are broken and almost melted. Proof of ancient cataclysms. Some work could have been added by the Nabateens, some ornamentation, but the first caves, first temples was the giant race. So you have different kind of work in Petra. It's very confusing site, but very interesting at last. Look at the stairs I'm walking in. Cut inside the rocks. My point is, the first cave dwellers did the first caves, and after some ornamentation, like you can see on the treasury in Petra, has been added. But the first cutting in the rocks were by this ancient race of the Bible, named the Horites, or maybe even older. Maybe when they were at the peak of civilization. To make such a complex, which is Petra, Little Petra and Petra, which are the same place. The complex is just huge. So there I was seeing this rock formation, but also some cave in the sand as I was walking. So we're gonna see that. You can see that the sand covering, it's almost like it's gonna cover the whole site. A lot is underneath Petra because it's very old, and a lot is underneath. It's much more bigger than we think. And this is a little bit buried inside the sand, but you can see the tool marks. I was amazed to see such work in Little Petra. I saw Little Petra before Petra. Petra will be in my next video. And this is the little tourist that I was with. We can see them. But we are not focused on them, we are focused on the tool marks, aren't we? I was so amazed to see that. I was absolutely so happy to see the first caves like this. You have a lot caves like this, giant caves made by giants in the Middle East. You have some in Israel. I will make other video. And this is what you find in Jordan. Absolutely amazing tool marks. And work behind to do this in order to take all this quartzite stone, which is very hard stone. It's not the stone they say it is, it's much more harder, and it would not be possible with the old tools that they said they used, but more with the ancient technology. So as I was moving forward, I was heading to that path, very narrow, and you can see the tool marks already, some very interesting ones. And there you can see the best shot of tool marks. I will post a picture after. I was going through that path. This is from outside the cave. This is the tool marks I was talking about. The rock formation of the area. Millions of years. It was underwater before. This is the tool marks I'm talking about. Absolutely amazing ones on your right. This is me in the path. Then I'm walking to one beautiful temple. Inside Litlle Petra, work of an ancient civilization, and after the Nabateens did ornentation and added some work on the site, but the first tool marks are from an ancient race of giants, possibly the Horites, due to my research. Very old Petra. You can see, thanks to the weathering of cataclysm, of intense heat, you are going to see in this video. So down, this is a cistern, water storage. This is a cave, I believe. When you look close inside, you can really see inside. It's beautiful. Amazing. Oh là là. The work of the cave dwellers, the Horites, possibly, in the Bible. Due to cataclysm and floods, how deep that is. Perfectly. Used to stock water, maybe. Wow, wow, wow. They're so advanced. Technology. That's the work of giants, not humans. Oh. Wow. Occupied by the Bedouins, way before Western civilization even knew Petra. They occupied those rooms and perhaps by fires left these black traces on the walls. but it's very weathered because it's very old, but sometimes very beautiful. Hello. Coucou. Hello petit chat. Oh là là, tu es trop mignon toi. Petit chat des sables. There you can see the magnificent temple. Some kids of Petra with some tool marks. Some work may be added by the Nabateens, but the tombs are by the cave dwellers, the ancient race of possible higher technology. Oh, he just kicked the cat. This is a cistern. You're going to see. To stock water. So close to the cat there is a cistern, water storage, a bit bigger than the one I showed you. You can really tell it's immense work to carve that out of the mountain. You can see the tool marks that you can notice. I will slide a couple pictures. On the top you can see the tool marks, like in this picture. Tool marks like other sites in the world. So you can see some traces of old cataclysm that literally burned the rock. There also you can see some old proof of ancient cataclysm. This is probably some stairs carved out of the mountain. There is a lot of those. Beautiful colors of millions of years of stone. I'm now walking through some Bedouins shoppers that are talking in Arab. Before even doing Petra itself, Little Petra, which is the same site, was already interesting. Some beautiful stone with gold, which look like a gold color. This is a tool mark. Inside the wall you can see some ancient cataclysm that literally burned the surface of this magnificent work of many civilization, which is Petra. Okay, there was plenty of those rooms. They used to live like that. There you can really see the cataclysmic event that melted the stone. This is inside of those caves. You can see used to have doors. Maybe used to be an idol there. This is a cistern, water storage, little bit bigger, quite huge. Devastating cataclysmic event, melted the stone. You can see the tool marks that are still there. It's interesting to see what's underneath. A log is buried underneath Petra. The stairs. Me walking through the stairs. Very narrow. There is a lot of work of Petra on YouTube. I will post some links of other specialists. I am not the only one, and I found very interesting some other videos I will share in my YouTube channel on the description. The first dwellers had the technology to cut the rock like that, and also for water storage, to collect the water. Very interesting. This is me sitting, contemplating. So this is for the water storage, or perhaps some blood sacrifice, but maybe both, but perhaps just for the water. Like that, you have some maybe water system, I believe. There. Oh, he almost died, but not died, like almost, so it's okay. I almost died many times, it's fine. As long as you don't give up, you're safe. When you give up, things get complicated. So there you can see some other tool marks, and under the sand there is a lot. Some stairs to climb to this cave that has been very weathered. This is an old man showing me the Nabateens' work. This is definitely too refined to be the first cut of those caves. Those Nabateens just did some ornamentation with the help of the Greeks, the Phoenicians, and look at their pure heart that has been preserved. It's absolutely beautiful. The mix between their heart and the weathering of the original cave made by the first dwellers is absolutely amazing. This is what you can see around the place, and this is what you see. Very, very beautiful mix of different civilization. Some tool marks. This is a picture I like very much. It's very nice view. Some cutting to the bedrock with some ancient technology by those first dwellers, possibly the Horites, that has been chased after and took over with the Edomites and then the Nabateens. But it's absolutely not just the work of the Nabateens. You can really tell when you go there. A lot is buried under the sand, as you can see. This stone must have been very much large, very much deep, but it has been covered by a lot of sand due by floods and cataclysmic events. Like you can see some stairs. Sorry guys, is this the end?
There's a viewpoint. Climb up the steps and there's a viewpoint.
We need to climb this? Okay.
Climb up there and there's a viewpoint.
Thanks, appreciate it. There you can see some stairs, old ways in those mountains. The best view in the world. I was climbing there, very excited to go to this highest point of Little Petra. I was actually alone, but never lonely. Absolutely fascinating to travel around Petra. You can find some of my work on podcast, and I will do more podcasts to explain the old origins of the possible first dwellers of Petra. Everything you can find in the Bible. There were old races that was after defeated and mixed with the Edomites that followed the Horites, those first dwellers I found traces of with my research. Of course, it's not just the work of the Nabateens. That is sure and safe to say. There I was in the best view of the world. They didn't lie about that. It was just me, so it was plenty to enjoy. It amazed me that some old races of possible more advanced race or people were living there before the flood, after the flood. Some beautiful views. You will know a lot about Horrites when I will do my next podcast on the subject. And who really made it, because there is a lot of cover-up in history. You never learn the truth by the common academics version of it. And there I was walking back to the path. Some Chinese made jade or crystal. It's not crystals, but you gotta get the money. Some cats. The formation of Little Petra and Petra is always with very narrow path that was maybe very good for protection in case of invasion. Those first dwellers, the Horrites, or maybe ancient race, another name, but that was what I found with my research. It's absolutely amazing the tons of work they cut out of the mountain, sometimes even walls, straight cut out of the mountain. Sometimes cave, tombs that after were found by Nabateens and Edomites and others who constructed. The latest were the Nabateens after the Edomites. A lot of shops, local shops. Tourists. And beautiful rock formation. Absolutely amazing. I'm also nostalgic looking at these pictures. It's a place you almost fall in love with. The stone here is a quartzite sandstone, I repeat, from a hardness from 7 to 10, and it's very much not that soft, and the Nabateens could not have done it whole. If you saw the cave like in the sand, a lot is buried underneath because it's very old, like another one here you saw. This is May living. Some beautiful flowers. That was in Petra, in Little Petra, in the Jordan region. Some interesting stone formation.
Hello, my friend. Not like this will do.
Not good?
Not like this.
Ah.
Some will do.
Because I'm in a rush. Shukran.
Where are you coming from?
Paris.
Paris.
Yeah. My scarf was a mess. Look at what is underneath the sand. If you can picture that. I was there. Look at the burns of ancient weapons of the ancient times, maybe. Little Petra. An achievement for me. I've spent a year in the Middle East. I've got a lot of footage and some editing to do. If you can share my videos to get more views, to continue to do those videos, perhaps to travel to more countries, that will be very, very thanks. I will be very, very thankful for that. So you can see everything I documented there, but you could see perhaps a temple. I'm actually walking back to my taxi. It gave me a time to come back, and this site pleased me very much. I was very happy to be here. Look at the last images of those complex of great tombs, cisterns, water systems. Amazing site, which is Petra. The land of the Horites, not the Horites. Then came the Edomites and the Nabateens. But we don't learn this on the site. It's thanks to your own research, because they will tell that it's the Nabateens' work, which is not the case. as I was walking back the path of this beautiful scenery. I'm effectively heading back to my taxi. I chose to travel as much as I could. That's how I could do those videos. The tool marks. Jordanian people, very nice people. We are going to see some troglodyte formation. Those ancient people, ancient races used to live to make a lot of work inside a mountain. Like if it was so easy to carve that out. The last shot, a woman for poverty, she's doing this to gain a little money. Poverty is present in Jordan. So you can see the beautiful sceneries of Little Petra. And me taking one of the last shots with the megaliths. That's what I like very much. And a quite beautiful picture. And another of the scenery. Once again, the site is so big that I didn't even see it all, because they don't show it all to the public. And I guess even some parts have been inside the mountain, nobody goes there. You can see the tool marks there are very similar to the Western Wall in Jerusalem. To carve that out with these machinery tool marks. I am inside now. You can see the tool marks. The smell is like they had a donkey here. It's very used by the Bedouins, but it's quite alright. Cleaner than some other archaeological site I've seen in my life. The next video, of course, will be Petra, and after I will uncover other videos and other footage I've got in the Middle East of other megaliths. So this is a stairsway, tool marks I was talking about, other tool marks. Interesting weathering and tool marks once again. Some beautiful rock formation. Before I headed back to my taxi, I could see in the horizon some absolutely amazing megaliths. If I was on my own, I would go, but I needed to head back. But I will show a picture if you didn't see it. There it goes, straight cut out of the mountain like it was bar. Alright, so now I'm in a taxi with my mate, and we are heading back to his town. Very nice geezer. He bring me about a nice Crusader place. Crusader, Little Petra, other places that I'm gonna do in other videos. And that was it for the day. That was a nice day of discoveries. The day after, I will be doing Petra. And this for 2 days. I've got a lot of footage for it. I'm gonna share this whole with you in the next video. In the yellow taxi of Jordan. There you can see the formation of the mountain of the Horites people. Those people used to carve immense amount of rock to cut out tombs, ancient species. Probably the Horrites in the Bible, because it's specified Mount Seir, and after they were conquered and the Edomites took place, but the Horrites were the first inhabitants. Apparently, to my research, maybe some even older civilization did it. But we are talking about before the Great Flood, before in the Noah's days, was still those civilization. There I was very tired, but you can see the monastery there. And the complex of Petra, of course. Of course, we can presume this civilization was much more older than even the Horites, or the Horites were there for a long time, even in Noah's days, before the flood. That's my guess. The other YouTuber, Brian Foster, came to Petra. I will put a link in the bio. And he said that this might be even 12,000 years old. The first cutting in Petra. That was my mate in the taxi. Very nice guy. Very nice people in Jordan. So the area is just superb. I imagine myself in the snow with all the beautiful sceneries that I will have, but actually it might be closed in the summer, in the winter. But in the summer it's certainly very hot, but very nice to see that. There is a Crusader castle and some troglodytes, some house in the rock mountain. Okay, so this is another picture of Petra, and that's the houses, or maybe a lot is under the earth, dig under the sand. Maybe it was bigger. Make me think of Star Wars. But this is the tool marks of those ancient races of people. This is what you get. And this is the Crusaders that came after and was occupying the region. Jordan is located close to Israel and close to Syria and other countries. There we have my taxi and a more specific view. You can see Petra from here very nicely. I'm gonna zoom in for you so you can enjoy as much as I did. The monolith blocks of Petra, the first inhabitants of Petra. Absolutely not the Nabateens. In the next video I will present to you Petra and its high sacrifice place. Those first inhabitants were not the Nabateens. That was the blocks you just seen it on the screen. This is me and some inhabitants of the city of Jordan. was a fun experience. I was dressing like local. And thanks very much for your time, for watching my videos. It's very, very much appreciated. I will present to you many more footage, but I work on my own, so it takes a little bit of time. I hope you enjoy the video before my SoundCloud channel, and I recommend you to subscribe because I am working on the work I've been doing in the Middle East. This is me in Petra. You can join me in my next video, of course. It will be a pleasure to see you once again in my next video.
Hi, welcome to my show.